Hi everyone, let's talk about what I would do if I was really fat again. Um, this is not medical advice, so I wouldn't say, I wouldn't tell you to follow this. Uh, Matter of fact, I probably discourage you from doing that. Nevertheless, I will tell you what I would do if I got really fat again. Okay, let me picture this. Uh, all right. What I would do, I would probably start taking estrogen blockers and just see how much improvement that will do with it, because the results will be very quick, almost immediate. Um, like currently, I am not on estrogen blockers, and that that really shows in my face currently, uh, in terms of water retention. Um, Now, I've speculated for a while that that a lot of the um, what people that fat people have a lot of water retention as well, even if they haven't used anabolics before. Um, so in any case, yes, that's what I'll do. I'll probably take I'll probably experiment with more estrogen blockers, different ones, but the basic would be arimidex. Um, and Since I've done it before, I'd probably start off at 2 milligrams. But if I was starting out uh, without prior experience, then I would probably, take a 1 milligram pill and cut it in half, or even even into 4 pieces, just to see if there's anything wrong, side effects wise. But generally, estrogen blockers have been super safe for me. So I would just straight away take 2 milligrams. Um, Essentially, crashing your estrogen. From my experience with Arimidex, which is quite extensive, you would see, well, I would see um, results overnight. So just a lot of water would shed, and people, if you care about that type of thing, people will look at you like, whoa, okay, what's going on here? And I am confident that most fat people would also have this experience. At one point, I almost thought that maybe if you see somebody really fat, that you could almost say that that was my previous theory, and I don't think that now necessarily, but I would say that 50% of their fat is actually water. Um, so in any case, yes, so 2 milligrams a day of Arimidex is what I would be doing. Um, you can do one in the morning, one in the evening. Well, what I would do. And then if I was really fat, yeah, I'd probably have to go on Masteron again. You just cannot deny it. I mean, Masteron is really helpful. And so I'd probably also take some testosterone at a super low dose that's probably lower than the production levels. So I would be probably taking 60 to 100 milligrams a week of testosterone, and then Masteron. Again, if I had no experience with Masteron, I would start with something super small, so just a tiny little dose, and just see how I would feel, and then ramp it up from there. And fortunately, Masteron, is out of your system super quick. Same with most compounds. So if something is wrong, something you don't like about the side effects, you just stop it, and everything is back to normal pretty quickly. Um, Now, I've also experienced a lot of side effects. You kind of feel them immediately as soon as you take a compound, uh, especially the like mental side effects. You feel that stuff immediately, and I do not think it's a placebo effect. Certainly don't think that. You just, you know. Um, Now, okay, so I would be taking, because I have experience with Masteron, I would take quite a lot of it. You can generally, I can take a lot of Masteron, and there is some weird feelings you get, but overall it's been super safe. Okay, another thing, since I would be injecting testosterone Masteron, um, there is no oral form. I would be doing injections every day, um, to minimize any hormonal imbalances. So hormonal imbalances obviously will give you water retention, and you will deal. That's one of the big ones. If you're coming off of a compound or anything, that will bloat you every time, and it will give you weird feelings, and it will do a bunch of things. See this acne here a little bit. This is um, this is very strange reaction from my body to clenbuterol withdrawals, and my face is puffier, way puffier, from water. So clenbuterol, I guess, hasn't been studied as well, but it's clearly impacting your hormones. Um, because when I got on it, I got really, really puffy on my face, and when I'm getting off of it, I'm also getting quite puffy. So fortunately, or hopefully less than when I got on it, because when I got on it, I was immediately puffy. So it's supposed to be a fat burner, it's supposed to lean you out, and here I was super puffy. But then I got so much benefits from clenbuterol's energy that it gave me, that I didn't really care about the puffiness for a while there. Eventually it did lean me out substantially due to its eventually, I guess there was some appetite suppression that kicked in, maybe, and I paired it with a lot of Viagra, and just kind of I just kind of lost a lot of water by the end of the cycle, basically, which was a long cycle. It was 3 months. I don't think you're supposed to do 3 months of clenbuterol. In any case, so now on my stack, let's say I was super fat. My stack will be 2 milligrams of Arimidex a day, probably in the vicinity of 300 to 600, 300 to 400, maybe 300 to 500 milligrams of Masteron a week, pinned every day. Testosterone would be at 60 to 100 milligrams a week, pinned every day. So you have to split your dose, your weekly dose, into everyday injections. I would have to do that. So I'll probably be spinning like 80 milligrams of Masteron a day, etc. You get the idea. And testosterone would be like 10 milligrams a day, pins. So since you're on those things, you would experience, well, I would I would experience appetite suppression. It's quite strong. Now, what about workouts in gym? I probably will not be doing it. I mean, cardio you could do every day, mid to high intensity. I mean, that's pretty, I think that's not the worst idea. If I cared about my health as much, then yeah, it helps to keep your cardiovascular system in check through mid to high intensity cardio. Um, but there's more important things to do than gym, and honestly, I probably would not be doing any sort of exercise. What I'll be doing is experimenting with furosemide as well. So I am on furosemide right now, every day for a long time now, and it has definitely helped me. Uh, Definitely has helped me. Now, um, it is very dangerous to take furosemide. Um, Especially at first. Um, so, if I was new to furosemide, I would reconsider taking it, right? Um, but we're about results here, so I would be, if I was new to it, I would do what I did before. However, I would make sure that I have a nice meal before I try my first dose of furosemide. Um, Definitely would not be on a caloric deficit, like a real hardcore caloric deficit when first taking furosemide. Um, and don't do any exercise. You cannot be depleted. And this is what I did. I took a tiny little amount of furosemide when I was completely depleted for 2 weeks from almost no food and every day 2 to 3 hours, often high intensity cardio. So yeah, and obviously, and have a lot of quality orange juice and bananas on hand when you're trying furosemide first. I do not recommend you do it, but if I was going to do it, I would be. That's what I would recommend myself. Looking back. Now, yeah, generally just do not be dieting hard when you're trying furosemide first, and then if you are going to do it, but I don't recommend it. So I would again. So I would take furosemide, since let's just assume that I've done it before and I just got fat again. I would be taking furosemide with every meal, like am taking it now. I would be taking 2 pills. So forgot the dosing exactly. I believe I take I think it's 40. Wait, was it? I would have to look at the packaging again, but I take a significant amount of it. 2 pills, I'll probably check later what the milligrams are. 2 pills is quite a lot, because when I started, I started taking very like half or less than half, and that was a lot already. But I believe I built up a tolerance for it or something, maybe, or just got used to it, because now I take 3 pills a day with a meal, and I was topping out at 6, I think, a day when I was eating more. Just so I can take more of furosemide, I was eating more, and I was leaning out more. So yeah, so that's a stack for fat loss. I mean, I would start noticing. Obviously, it would be immediate. A lot of water would shed quickly. Appetite suppression will kick in. Now I would have to be careful, obviously, with furosemide there. So maybe it's, there would maybe not be. Yeah, no, I'll probably take all of it at once. That's a pretty powerful stack. Now I just remembered there's another thing here. So furosemide and testosterone and masteron. they might not mix well together, from my experience. So see, now I haven't done much furosemide while on testosterone and masteron, but that might have impacted my my side effects as well at the beginning. So now looking back, so as I was saying, I would leave furosemide for a little bit later. So I would see how I'm doing with testosterone, masteron, and Arimidex stack. That will get rid of a lot of water and it will suppress my appetite a lot. So I would drop a lot of weight relatively quickly. Now, yeah. So if you want to do cardio or hypertrophy exercise with that stack, then your appetite will, yeah, it will still be suppressed, and you will feel energy. I don't know, estrogen blockers always give me energy. However, again, there's no need to do exercise here. It will there's a risk that exercise will spike you to, you know, your caloric intake. You want to avoid spiking any sort of caloric intake. So this is something that I learned hard way. Inevitably, since I was doing sports my whole life since I was a little kid, and then, you know, I stopped doing sports, but my caloric intake stays the same, and then you just become fat. So following that experience, yeah, exercise is a good way to sell you on you know, on going to the gym, you know, spending more money on trainers and stuff. But the reality is, if you just want to lose weight, then that could be actually have the opposite effect of what you want. In any case, I believe in about, you know, in a matter of few days I would already see results with this stack. And from my past experience, it will take about 2 to 4 weeks, and any sort of fat or water would be shedding off of me. And then, so after about 4 weeks, I would probably, then it'll be more like dialing in. So it will take another month to dial in, right? To really start to probably see cheekbones, you know, about 6 weeks into it, maybe. I'm just describing to you what happened to me before. Yeah, all right, that's it. Oh yeah, and so I'll probably get off of testosterone and Arimidex now, sorry, and masteron. I'll stay on Arimidex. And if you find another estrogen blocker that works for you and you can handle more estrogen, you know, blocking more estrogen, then that will not hurt you. That will help you a lot. Matter of fact, I am currently on a journey to experiment with other estrogen blockers, because clenbuterol, yeah, I can achieve something with it. It's a very cool compound, but it also puts you in a different mental state. So, and you cannot be on it year round. I can tell you that. Cardiovascularly, I could feel that I cannot be on this thing forever. All right. Thank you for watching this video. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. So I would get off of testosterone and masteron, and I would be very careful, because you will get hormonal imbalances. So that's why you stay on those estrogen blockers. And then you can experiment with replacing testosterone and masteron with, so you don't have to pin yourself every day, which is really annoying, and honestly, I do not want to do it again. But it does work. What I would do is I would experiment with some Viagra, right? So if I was new to it, I would take, like I did before, tiny little piece of it, cut up the pill, whatever dose you have, cut it up, and just try a little bit, and see how you feel, or how I would feel. And yeah, same with furosemide. So furosemide is the harder one to kind of figure out. So I would start with furosemide, bit by bit. See, I'd be very careful and make sure I'm not starving or anything like that. And then once furosemide is kind of like established, probably I take like 3 pills a day, or with a meal. So if I could probably eat 2 meals a day, and I would be taking 4 pills, so 2 pills with each meal. And then experiment with Viagra, and then if I have some off-brand Viagra, and it's a 100 milligram pill. So it seems like a lot, but it just works for me. So 100 milligrams of Viagra a day, and that's a pretty good stack, and you don't have to pin yourself anymore. Now, if you want, if I was, there would be some benefits to trying masteron and testosterone, and then everything else with it. So testosterone, masteron, arimidex, Viagra, furosemide, all at once. Yes, there's huge potential there for some incredible results, but yeah, there is some risk that I haven't explored yet, with testosterone and masteron, or any sort of anabolic, and also for furosemide. Now, clenbuterol and furosemide are completely fine. So yes, I would also consider adding clenbuterol. So see how big the stack is getting, right? But this is, it's enhancement, right? So so right now I'm basically on no enhancers. I'm just taking some Viagra and a tiny bit of furosemide, and I can feel and I can tell it, I am not currently enhanced in that way, So it just generally, it's like you want to be on more than nothing. That's, more than what I am on. I would like to be more stuff than I am on right now. Just to be enhanced. Unfortunately, I cannot edit my genes. So potentially the ultimate stack for me would be testosterone at 60, way below production levels, then arimidex, then maybe another estrogen blocker that's powerful, then masteron at a higher dose, then Viagra, furosemide, and maybe clenbuterol. Now that's a proper cutting cycle right there. But currently the plans for me are just experiment with more estrogen blockers, and I don't necessarily plan to take clenbuterol anytime soon. Again, it gave me puffiness, but I did really nicely lean out by the end of those 3 months. I am not sure how that happened. I was eating way less too, so obviously that helped there. But clenbuterol is not very safe, Okay, that wraps up this video. Thank you very much for watching, and if you would like me to help you out with your journey, then contact me on my email or anywhere else that you could find, or any way you find to contact me, then go for it, and I will reply to you and try and help you. Thank you.